Hi, I'm Joel Sherman, baseball columnist from the New York Post. I'm here with my colleague, Ken Davidoff, same job, baseball columnist, New York Post. Season's about to begin, another strange season amid COVID-19 protocols. We're going to dive into the New York Yankees. And question number one has been question number one for a while now with them, Ken, which is, what do you think of this remade starting rotation?
Joel, it was a fascinating experiment, right? From that weekend, they signed Kluber and traded for Tyone back-to-back. And so far, so good. They're both still upright. Tyone has probably looked better than Kluber overall, but Kluber has stayed healthy. And you can see what they were thinking and going for this upside. Now all they have to do is get through the next 7 months.
Yeah, I like the upside of everyone, but the concern remains the concern for me, Ken, which is Kluber pitched 1 inning last year. Domingo Germán and Jameson Taillon, none. Luis Severino, who will come back hopefully at some point for the Yankees, none. What does this look like June, July, August as they push on? Because, of course, this team isn't put together just to win some games. It's put together to win a championship. And to that end, they're still rolling the dice on some defensive and overall stuff, right? GLEYBER, TORRES at shortstop, Gary Sanchez behind the plate. Is that a good idea, Ken?
Well, I think so far, Joel, the Sanchez behind the plate is not looking great, right? He had a good first couple of games, Grapefruit League, and been pretty awful since then. And I think you and I both agreed that maybe it was time to move on last winter. They didn't. And look, they had the whole season to straighten him out, but it's discouraging. Whereas I think Torres has been more encouraging. Look, he's never going to be Ozzie Smith out there at shortstop, but if he can hit like we think he can hit, then that'll neutralize many of his defensive shortcomings.
Am I old-fashioned that I still think you need defense up the middle to go where the Yankees want to go, again, which is a championship? So even though Torres is less of the problem, I still have concerns about it. And Gary Sanchez, to me, it feels like they've decided they want to force it in. Like, we're going to prove we're right on this guy. We're going to have to see it. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Higashioka is playing a lot more than we expect. So, Ken, some positives here, some negatives. How do you think this thing plays out in 2021 for the New York Yankees?
Joe, I think they're just stacked roster-wise. I think they have so many options. I do think they'll win the American League East. I did predict them to not make the World Series again. I do wonder whether it's just a mental block at some point with these guys, the way it was for the Washington Nationals for many years until they got over that hump. So I do have big picture questions, but I think they're a really, really good baseball team. And, I think for starters, they'll win the AL East.
I agree with you. I picked them to win the AL East. I actually picked them to go to the World Series this year. But to me, it feels like there's a 20% volatility here. The starting rotation, as far as durability, Sanchez, Torres, there's some other stuff that concerns me, but it concerns me a little less than the rest of the division. So I think the Yankees are the favorites and should win the AL East. He's Ken Davidoff. I'm Joel Sherman. We're both baseball columnists from the New York Post. That was our preview of the 2021 New York Yankees.